Kumusta ka kaibigan? Pasensya ka na. I've been inactive for a while sa ating mga devotion. Naging pang-overnight kasi ako sa aking trabaho, kaya medyo nag-a-adjust pa yung katawan ko, nag-a-adjust pa yung body clock ko. But I promise, once settled na ulit yung sarili ko sa bagong routine, I will record these devotions again. Today, samahan mo ulit ako at tayo ay magbulay-bulay sa mga salita ng Panginoon. Aminin natin, may mga araw na feeling natin, ginawa na natin ang lahat pero parang wala pa rin nangyayari. Alam mo yung nag-overtime sa trabaho pero parang kulang pa rin ang sweldo. Kung estudyante ka, nag-review ka ng malupit pero bagsak pa rin. Yung feeling na, I did my best, but I guess my best wasn't good enough. Diba? Hindi lang yung kanta ni James Ingram o ni Jano Gibbs. Experience din yan ni Peter sa Luke chapter 5. Basahin natin ang ating passage sa Luke chapter 5 verses 4 to 7 at ito ang sinasabi. When he had finished speaking, he said to Simon, "Now go out where it is deeper and let down your nets to catch some fish." "Master," Simon replied, "we worked hard all last night and didn't catch a thing. But if you say so, I'll let down the nets again." And this time their nets were so full of fish they began to tear. A shout for help brought their partners in the other boat, and soon both boats were filled with fish and on the verge of sinking. Let me share to you the context of this story. Sabi sa verse 4 to 5, pagkatapos magturo ni Jesus, sinabihan niya si Simon Peter, "Now go out where it is deeper and let down your nets to catch some fish." Ang sagot ni Peter, "Master, we work hard all night and didn't catch a thing." Nakaka-relate ka ba? Yung pagod ka na, puyat ka pa, tapos uutusan ka pa. Masakit sa bangs, di ba? Today we will talk about simple obedience. Paano ba sumunod kahit parang walang sense? As usual, I have 3 points na gusto kong i-share sa iyo, and this is point number 1. Obedience overcomes exhaustion. While we are reading this passage now, parang madali para sa atin nasisihin si Peter with his first reply kay Jesus. Siguro sinabi natin, "Hoy Peter, hindi mo makilala kung sino yung nag-uutos sa'yo? Si Jesus yan, Son of God." But we should understand, hindi pa kilala ni Peter si Jesus at that time. And to add to that, si Peter is an expert fisherman. Buong gabi silang nag-try pero walang nahuli kahit gurami. Alam mo ba yung gurami? Dati kasi sa amin sa Nueva Ecija, may mga gurami na nahuhuli. In short, puyat at bokya, pagod ang katawan, pagod ang isip. Then comes Jesus, isang carpenter by trade. He has the guts na turuan yung expert fisherman kung paano mangisda. Kung tayo si Peter, baka nasagot natin, "Who you?" Or, "Lord, pwede bukas na lang, lobat na ako eh." Here's a good lesson for this. Real obedience is not about waiting for a good mood. Minsan, sinusubukan din Lord ang puso natin sa gitna ng ating mga kapaguran. Will you trust His Word more than your feelings? When the instructions from the Lord doesn't make sense, are you willing to obey? I know madaling sumunod sa Panginoon pag alam natin yung kalalabasan. But here's the challenge. Kapag feeling mo, drain ka na sa buhay, don't just quit. Pray this, "Lord, pagod ako, pero dahil sinabi mo, itutuloy ko." Ang obedience na masakit sa katawan, madalas doon dumadaan ng blessing. Our point number 2, obedience challenges your expertise. Alam mo, sa Sea of Galilee, yung mga fishermen, karaniwang nangingisda sa gabi at sa mababaw na bahagi. Bakit? Just to give you a background, nung unang panahon, bata pa si Lolo, hindi pala yun yung kwento. Nung time ng Panginoong Jesus at ni Peter, ang mga fishermen ay sa gabi talaga nangingisda kasi yung mga nets during that time, mas makapal. They are using what is called trammel net, which is a 3-layered net. So kung sa araw nila gagamitin yun, kitang-kita ng mga isda, kaya nakakaiwas. Kaya in the human point of view, you can understand the hesitation of Peter. Tapos si Jesus will say, "Go out where it is deeper." Kung yung mga kabataan ngayon ang sasabihan ni Jesus ng ganyan, ang sagot nila, "Bruh." Ganyan lagi sagot sa akin ng mga anak ko kapag parang nonsense yung sinasabi ko para sa kanila. Kasi nga naman, sa tanghaling tapat, sa malalim, technically and professionally speaking, mali ang logic ni Jesus sa fishing standards. But let me tell you this, dito natin malalaman yung sinasabi ng Panginoon sa Isaiah chapter 55 verse 8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. Dito pumapasok ang faith. Trusting God even though it doesn't seem to make sense. Minsan feeling natin mas marunong tayo kay Lord eh. Lord, wag yan, red flag yan. O kaya, Lord, wag mo na mag-tithe sa Pecha de Peligro na ngayon. We try to outsmart God with our logic. But here's a good lesson. Obedience means letting God be the expert of your life. Simple lang. If God says it, that settles it. Even if my brain doesn't get it. And here's challenge number 2. Anong area sa buhay mo ang pilit mong kinukontrol? Subukan mong bitawan ng manibela at bigay kay Jesus. His illogical instructions lead to supernatural results. And our point number 3, the but because you say so principle. Look at the second half of verse 5. Sabi ni Peter, but if you say so, I will let the nets down again. Sa Tagalog, ngunit dahil sinabi ninyo, ihuhulog ko ang mga lambat. This is the secret sauce. Alam mo sa buhay natin, minsan, pag dumating tayo sa point na wala naman na tayo ibang pwedeng gawin kundi yung sumunod, dun talaga mas nagiging makabuluhan yung pagsunod, di ba? Pagka ika nga, you are at the edge, yung wala ka ng ibang magagawa kundi sumunod at sumuko na lang sa Panginoon. Alam mo yung wife ko, when the doctor first told her that she will need to do the dialysis, she was so hesitant. Nandun kasi yung takot and also siguro yung denial. Bakit ako pa? Ang bata ako pa. Ang bata pa ng mga anak ko. For about 6 weeks, my wife tried to run away from dialysis. She thought she could overcome this sickness by diet. But when reality struck, we could not avoid it anymore. That's when we realized we need to say, because you said so, Lord, and we did the dialysis. And because of that, although it's not easy, but my wife received an extension of her life. And the blessing is, despite her situation, God is still using her in the ministry. She can still dance, she can still decorate, she can still, in the context of Peter, fish in the deeper part of the sea. Peter acknowledged his reality. Bokya siya. Pero mas pinaniwalaan niya ang salita ni Jesus. Our obedience should be anchored on who is speaking, not on what the situation looks like. Alam niyo ang ending, sobrang daming isda, muntik nang lumubog ang bangka. The blessing was waiting in the very same spot where they previously failed. Ang pinagkaiba lang, kasama nila si Jesus at sumunod sila. So this is the challenge number 3. Make it a habit to say, Lord, hindi ko naiintindihan, pero dahil sinabi mo, gagawin ko. And watch how the shift in attitude change your atmosphere. Obedience doesn't have to be complicated. It's just doing the next thing God asks you to do. Even when you're tired, even when it's awkward, and especially when He says so. Question, anong lambat ang ayaw mo nang ihulog? Dahil pagod ka na? Dahil nagwo-worry ka na baka wala rin namang mangyayari? Baka yung lambat na yon, yung pride na ayaw mong ihulog dahil ikaw ang nasaktan. Dapat mauna muna yung mga nakasamaan mo ng loob. Or baka yung lambat na yon ay mga bagong opportunities na natatakot ka ng subukan dahil nag-fail ka na dati. Or baka yung lambat na yon ay yung pagtitiwala mo sa Lord dahil sa mga pinagdadaanan mong karamdaman. Baka it's time to try again. This time, try it with Jesus. Iba pag si Lord ang kasama mo. I hope you are blessed with our meditation today. See you again next time. Bye-bye.